Welcome. So today's topic is slightly difficult, but it will help you a lot in life in many occasions, including in your descriptive answers for your exams. But before we start the presentations, let us see if you remember what I told you yesterday about the topic. Oh, sorry, last time. Bhavya, do you recall? What did I tell last time about the way to structure your presentation, oral or written?
Sir, we have to be patient. We have to be patient and speak in calmness. We should not speak loudly. And after that, you tell us that we should if there is a comma or if there is a full stop, so we should take gaps.
No, I did not say make these points, but yes, okay, these are points to be considered according to your audience. If it is a very big hall you are talking to, then of course you have to raise your volume. But if you are talking over a table or you are conversing in a small group, then your volume need not be high. Okay. So Khushi, would you like to recall what did we
Yes, sir.
list
Sir,
last
you
time
tell
regarding
you tell the three section of the speech: one, introduction, main body, and second, main body, and the third, the ending part should be good enough, and we should explain everything in that part like extra one.
Can you be more specific? What did I tell about introduction and how to conclude?
Sir, in introduction, you told us that we should be we should just tell about the topic what we are discussing about.
Okay, and conclusion?
Sir, in conclusion, sorry, the main body one.
Conclusion. How shall we conclude?
Sir, we should add a gap between the para. We should divide them. We should divide the para into two blocks, and in the second one we should tell the main body and conclusion, in which we have to tell about the main points and the important points of the topic.
This is slightly general. For example, when you say main points, that you have already described in the main body. No? So how is conclusion different from the review in the main body? Okay, who else? Gagan, would you like to try?
Yes, sir.
Last session, I had given some ideas about the ways to structure your long answer or oral speech. What were the suggestions given? How will you do that?
To present our long answer, first, according to me, sir, the student has to represent the introduction part first, that in that he tell why he is writing that answer and what is the purpose and what are the necessary things that he used in that answer. And sir, second one, the middle part, and sir, middle part, he or she has to write the objective and about the main crux summarize of that question. And sir, in third part, we write a conclusion.
How do
The
you write
ending
the
one. Yes, sir.
How do you conclude?
Sir, we can conclude by sir by providing some further ideas or further information about that particular topics, and sir, by summarizing all the things that we have discussed in the introduction part and the middle part, sir.
Won't that be a repetition? This will
Sir,
lead
can
to.
I tell the middle one? But we have
Okay,
to add.
Khushi, yes.
Sir, in the middle one, we have to add our
Main
argument.
body. Call it main body.
Yes, sir. In the main body, we should add our facts option and our arguments and ideas of the regarding to the topic. We should add in that part.
Okay, you are giving good answers, but they are not very precise. All of you are not able to distinguish very clearly between what shall be the introduction, what shall be conclusion. There is some overlap. I'll again repeat, but before that, Nishtha, you have joined for the first time.
Yes, sir, I have joined. This is my first session.
Okay. Where are you from?
I'm from Tajpur, Balbharti.
Balbharti School.
Yes, ma'am. Sir.
Which area?
Dwarka.
Okay.
Sir,
You
my
are also-
sisters know her.
Okay. Good. Welcome, Nishtha. You were not there last time, but if you have got some answer, we would love to know. How do you write your long answer? In what parts do you divide them? And how do you write those separate parts?
Okay, sir. Sir,
How do you
actually,
introduce?
I have joined a little late and I don't know what is going on. So, could you please just
We are
summarize?
discussing, I told you, we are discussing how to structure or formulate our long answers or a speech. What strategy should be adopted for making it more impactful or effective?
Okay, sir.
How will you do that? In which class are you? You are mute. What is your class?
Sir, I am in 7th standard.
Okay. So you must have written some long answers. Have you ever made a speech on a stage?
No, I have never made a speech.
On the stage.
Okay,
Like,
you
I
will
have copied, I have learned the speech, but I have never made my own one.
It's okay. Did you go to the stage and speak before an audience?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So how did you start?
Like, I started first by introducing myself.
Okay. Generally, you are already introduced when you come to the podium. And a podium is the wooden structure on which the mic is placed, or you come to the mic if it is on a handle. First of all, you adjust the mic. Then you are already introduced. Okay. First of all, what do you say? You won't introduce again. Okay, Khushi, you tell me, have you ever made a speech?
Yes, sir, I have made it.
So what do you say first?
Sir, first I just tell about some little points about the topic and then I start with my points. What are the main facts about the topic and how we have to just how do we get the topic slowly then I come to the main point like I have to I used to tell the ideas and facts about the topic, and then in the end I used to tell few more thing about the topic, some good thing about topic, and I try to remove some negative points about the topic and add some positive points. If the topic is positive, and so I will add positive ways, and if the topic is negative, so I will add negative ways.
No. Nishtha, Sanjay is there with you?
Yes, sir. Can you repeat?
Sanjay is there with you? There's
Sorry, sir, are you asking to me?
no, I'm asking Nishtha. Who's there with you? Your father or some brother is there?
Sir, he's my brother. My father is also there with me today.
What does he do?
He is in seventh standard.
No, your father.
My father, he is a LIC development officer.
Okay, very good. So he is in a public dealing business.
Yes.
Ask him. He would like to explain his perspective on how to start a speech. Welcome. You are Mr.
Good evening, sir. Thank you, sir.
evening.
My name is Vinay Kumar Sharma. I am a development officer in LIC of India. So
Okay.
my job is to recruit LIC advisors, guide them, motivate them to do business for LIC, and
Okay. So you are the right person to guide all these students. How do you start a public speech?
okay, sir. Whatever I know, I can tell these students. First of all, whenever like you are, as you have mentioned, since I have heard your talks for the last 5 minutes. So as you said, introduction, body, and conclusion. So everyone like to whom you are giving speech or you are delivering any kind of session, you have to introduce yourself so that people can understand who is telling us about anything, whatever the topics is assigned to you. So first of all, like you have to explain about yourself. Once you understand each and everything, then you tell the topic about which you want to explain to the audience, and then the conclusion, then the main points, whatever you have explained in a body, like whole points. Suppose there are 5 minutes or 7 minutes you have delivered the speech, but and in the end it is very difficult to summarize, so you have to give the main points in the end, like the purpose of saying is this and this. So this is the way. But sir, in case like am I right, or you want me to explain in my business point of view? Like
No, it's okay. I wanted a general points relevant to these students.
Right. So whenever as far as the relevance is concerned about these students, so like these students, first of all, whenever they are going to stage or delivering a speech or writing anything, so they have to introduce themselves first. So in case like you are, suppose Khushi is there, so we can start like, I'm Khushi Vats, and studying in this class, and today my topic is this. So I'll explain about a few things about the particular topic. Then you can talk about the pros and cons, as Khushi already told, the advantages, disadvantages, positive points, negative points. And after delivering the whole part, then you have to summarize or you have to give the conclusion, so that the people can understand the pros and cons, right? Because it is very difficult for the audience to learn each and every statement, to remember each and every statement. But when you conclude, so it again, the second time, the audience understand like what actually the topic was, so they can keep it in mind and they can reach to a particular point.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Sharma. Thank you so much. With your immense experience, you have guided very well. But I'll just again repeat. See, there are only some situations where you have to introduce yourself. Obviously, in your exam, when you're writing a long answer, you don't have to introduce. Even on the stage, when you come, you have generally been already introduced. and you have to start by thanking the person who has introduced you. Okay, these are called initial formalities. Thank the person who has introduced you, thank the audience which has come to listen to you. Okay, and thank the organizers of the function. 3 thanks. All right, remember that very quickly. Okay, then you can of course use put some colorful adjectives, how much you want to stress your thanks. So instead of introducing yourself, you have to thank. What are the 3 categories which have to be thanked? Bhavya, you tell. Sorry, Bhavya, wait. Lovely, you are there?
So Bhavya is outside the house.
Okay.
He's just helping.
Yes, Lovely,
Papa
you
just
explain. What are the 3? What is the first thing you have to do on stage? You have to thank 3 people. What are they? Lovely, we can't hear you.
So can I tell Khushi?
Okay, Khushi, you explain.
So we should thank the person who have invited us on the stage. Second, we should thank all the audience that are standing or sitting in front of us. And third, we should thank you the person who has organized that function or the some programs.
Yes. Then what will you do? You will come to the topic or explain the topic and your overall stand about the topic, and then you will explain in the main body the reasons why you have taken the stand. This is the general way to approach a speech. What did I say? After thanking the people, 3 categories of people, including organizers. I think Khushi omitted that. You have to thank the organizers of the function. They take a lot of pain, and they are the people who have invited you. Also, if there are any special guests in the audience, okay, suppose some VIP has been, you can greet them with a namaste, etc. also. Okay, keep noting down. I'll ask again to review the suggestions. Okay, you must remember them in a sequence, not as a hodgepodge of points, but you shall be able to, if you have a good memory, if you are intelligent, you shall be able to reproduce the points in the same sequence. For that, you can keep noting down, keep pen and paper always with you when you are in the learning mode. So I explained to you, after thanking the concerned categories, you will also greet if there is some special VIP in the audience.
Sorry, sir, to interrupt you, but I was not able to hear you last 5 minutes because there was a network issue. It was showing a network issue.
Okay, we will review, Khushi, and in any case, the entire video is available.
No, sir, now also I'm not able to hear you.
Are others able to hear me? Nishtha, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I'm able to hear Rita ma'am. Can I join again?
Yeah, go ahead. You don't have to interrupt or you can do all this joining, rejoining on your own.
Sir, can Bhavya
So,
start?
while Khushi is rejoining, I am requesting again to what is about after thanking the concerned people, what do you do next? You explain the topic. Yes. Very good.
Explain on the topic and give a brief explanation.
That is explain the topic and your stand on the topic, what you have been asked to. Suppose the topic is men are superior to women. Okay. I am very surprised that the topic has been taken today that men are superior. I am totally against this. So you are giving your stand on the topic. Okay. And after that, you will give the reasons why you have taken the stand in the main body. Okay. The reasons why you take a particular stand is given in the main body. And there are different types of reasons. I'll explain this, what are various types of reasons. But before all this, after thanking, actually you have to do one more thing. Before coming to the topic, you must do one more thing. Can anybody explain what is
Sir,
to
can
be
I
done?
guess? Sir, can I
Yes.
guess, Khushi?
Yes, Khushi.
So we should start with a polite quote or a poem to just get a action from the people that are listening us.
Yes, very good. Very good.
Sir, can
Last time I had told you, wait, Bhavya, you must raise your hand and switch on your video before you speak. Now, Khushi has brought in the right point. Before you come to the topic, you will face one problem. Unlike writing an answer in the exam hall, when you are on stage, you will generally find a noisy audience or an audience which may not be attentive to you. So to get silence in the hall and proper attention focused on you, you must start with something very, very interesting. Your start, even before the topic, after the greetings and the thanking, should be very engaging or interesting. Engaging means जो सबकी attention आपकी तरफ ले आए. ये easy नहीं होता है. For this, you have to think carefully in advance. Okay? And this can be done in 2-3 ways. Either you can start with a very good joke. अगर तुम अच्छे जोक से स्टार्ट कर सकते हो, you will always find the audience immediately respectful towards you and receptive towards you. But the joke should be very relevant and very short. It should not be a long story. Okay? If you don't have a joke, you can start with a couplet or shairi. Okay? Small, not a full poem, just 3-4 lines, but with which create the mood in the audience. Okay? So you have to emotionally appeal to the audience. Or third thing is, you can start with a very interesting incident, small incident, before coming to the topic, but related to the topic. For example, suppose that topic was men are superior to women. आज जब मैं घर से चली, तो मेरे माँ और पिताजी में एक गंभीर बात पर वाद विवाद चल रहा था. This kind of start will be more effective in catching the attention of the people. Okay, there you can explain what is male perspective, what is women's perspective. You getting my point? Some incident, some very short story. If you have time, you start with that before coming to the topic. This is to focus attention from the audience. Get attention from the audience. Are you getting my point? Keep noting down so that you can review systematically and in sequence in the end. Third thing is to take a stand on the topic. Whatever the topic is, today, the topic for today's discussion is, or whatever today's conversation is, and then before I come to the topic in detail, let me explain. My stand is so and so. But your stand should generally be balanced. Balanced means that suppose this is obviously this is a very negative kind of topic that is being given, that men are superior. Obviously it is wrong. Women are superior in some ways. By and large, they are same. Some women are superior, some men are superior. You can't say men are always superior. Secondly, even if some gender differences are there, women are better in certain respects, men are better in certain respects. So you can't say one is superior to the other. Okay? So you take a critical but balanced stand. You have to take a stand after catching the attention of the audience. You have to take a stand on the topic. And this stand should be balanced, not very provocative. You say to some extent this can be said, but my view is on balance, whatever you stand you are taking. Men are, for example, I have said, if I were to ask to speak, I will say, obviously men are superior in physical strength to women. But can you say men are superior in offering mother's love or parental love? Is father better or mother? So in certain respects, men are superior. In certain respects, women are superior. And why I take this stand, I will explain now. Then you go to the main body. Okay, after you have explained the topic, you have explained your stand, then you go to the main body. Now in the main body, you must give reasons. Okay, none of you explained what is main body. In main body, you have to give reasons for the stand you have taken. Okay, and these reasons are of various kinds. I had explained this in my last class. Does anyone remember?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, you said right now that nobody said that there should be some questions or so, but I said that there, in the main body we should ask argument. We should tell why about the topic arguments. So I guess these both sound similar to each other.
Argument is similar to reasons, okay, but reasons is a better word. In any case, if you said you meant it, it is okay. Now you tell me, what are the various types of reasons that have to be highlighted? I explained this in my last class. Khushi.
Yes, sir. So, sir, do I have to tell some reasons?
What are the various types of reasons?
Sir, like we have to tell how, how the topic similar to this one and how are difference between these two. We have to find how so I can't able to remember those points. Sorry.
I think many of you did not visit the website. I had asked you to do something on our YouTube channel. Did you visit it?
No, sir, I have already subscribed it, so I didn't visit it. So
You had to subscribe, and what else were you asked to do?
sir, we have to like the videos.
Yes. Why didn't you do it? You had 2 days.
Sir, I've already done it. I have liked the videos and also subscribed.
No, there are some videos on which there are no likes till now. Obviously, you have not liked the videos. All of them you have to press the like button.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yes, Vaibhav.
Sir, what is channel name?
CS Volunteers.
Okay, sir.
All the videos, 50 videos are there. You have to like all the videos
Okay,
and
sir.
also share them with your relatives.
Okay, sir. I will share with my school.
Just takes 2 minutes. Share them, subscribe to the channel, press the bell icon, and like all the videos. Okay, and there you would have seen my video in which I explained what are the various types of reasons to be given for taking a stand. Does anyone else remember? I gave you some categories of reasons. Gagan, Anjali, you were there last time.
Yes,
Would you
sir.
like to try? कौन किस किस तरह के कारण होते हैं जो हम अपने मेन बॉडी आंसर या स्पीच के मेन बॉडी में रखेंगे अपना स्टैंड जस्टिफाई करने के लिए. स्टैंड हमने बता दिया ऑडियंस को शुरू में. टॉपिक ये है, मेरा स्टैंड ये है, और वो स्टैंड बैलेंस्ड होना चाहिए. आपको पूरी तरह से अल्ट्रा फेमिनिस्ट भी नहीं होना चाहिए. अल्ट्रा फेमिनिस्ट, यू अंडरस्टैंड? फेमिनिस्ट क्या होता है? Lovely, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm there.
फेमिनिस्ट का मीनिंग पता है आपको? हिंदी में बोलते हैं नारीवादी. यस भव्य, यू नो?
Ma'am, sir, it means that women respect.
Not only respect for women, women can be respected by a non-feminist also. Feminist, yes, lovely.
Everybody, we can give respect to those.
You are not audible, lovely. Your voice is very dim and breaking. Meanwhile, Gaurav can say. Gaurav.
So, feminist is a person who supports the feminism, and so feminism, we can say that the feminism, sir, is are the rules and regulations and the rights of the women on the grounds of sexes and sir equality.
Yeah, equalities. That is the most important. Feminists are those who want to empower women and give them equal status to men, which many societies did not do in pre-modern times. Pre-modern times में क्या होता था? Not all societies, but say in Islamic society, parda was there, or child marriage
Sir,
was there.
Sati Pratha.
In Hindu society, sati pratha was, sati custom was there. Pratha is called custom. Okay. In African society also there are some very cruel treatment of women sometimes. Okay. Polygamy, for example. If a man's wife dies, he marries immediately and can marry more than once. But if a woman becomes a widow, she does not is not only required to not marry, but she is required to wear only white clothes, not eat anything tasty, live very simple life, etc., etc. So this was unequal treatment. If society thinks that somebody whose spouse has died, what is the meaning of spouse? S-P-O-U-S-E. What is spouse? Spouse आप लोगों को नहीं पता है?
Sir,
Spouse means.
Sir, can Bhavya tell? Sir, can Bhavya
Sorry,
tell?
Nishtha. What is spouse?
Like the one who we have married.
Yes, very good. life partner or married partner is called spouse. It can be either husband or wife. Okay. Now, I was saying that if after the death of the spouse, the surviving person has to live very simple life, it should apply to husband also. If the husband dies, wife was supposed to live a very simple life. Not talk to anyone, only wear white clothes, etc., etc. On the other hand, husband could remarry very soon. He was not expected to remain a widower. Wife was supposed to remain a widow. The masculine of widow is widower. Okay. So this is unequal treatment. Similarly, property rights, voting rights, etc., etc., were much better for men rather than women. Now, in modern times, feminism demanded there shall be equality, which is very good. Okay. But these are all called, political views are called ideologies. What are they called? Ideologies. Ideology is a political perspective. What should be done at the level of government? That is what ideology tells. So feminist is an ideology. Feminist ideology tells that laws should be such that there is equality between men and women. Okay. But now we have got ultra feminism. Ultra feminism is as bad as ultra nationalism. I told you the difference in a previous class between nationalism and ultra nationalism. Similarly, liberalism is good, but ultra liberalism is bad. You understand this? Now, what is ultra feminism? Just like ultra nationalism is the point at which we not only love our country but also hate other countries. That is ultra nationalism. When we love our country, it is nationalism. But when we go into ultra nationalism, then we start hating other countries. Is this point clear? हम लोग अपने कंट्री से हमें बहुत प्यार करना चाहिए और उसके लिए सैक्रिफाइस भी करना चाहिए, पर अगर हम और कंट्रीज को हेट करें और उनके खिलाफ लड़ाई करना चाहें तो दैट विल बी अल्ट्रा नेशनलिज्म. सो अ डिस्टोर्टेड एंड vicious, you understand? VICIOUS, vicious means बहुत खराब. Okay. Vicious form of nationalism is ultra nationalism. Similarly, vicious form of feminism is ultra feminism. Now, can anyone explain what will be ultra feminism? Feminism says what? That there shall be equality between men and women. What is ultra feminism? Think for a few seconds. Can anyone
Recording in progress.
Okay, so now we resume our session.
Sir, may I, Bhavya, guess the meaning?
Yes, Bhavya, please do.
Sir, I think that in that they get against the men, and they get against the men, and they do not like men, and they can start fighting on that reason.
Okay, very good. Bhavya, you are very bright, but it needs to be improved. Anjali, would you like to complete?
Sir, can I tell?
Wait, Khushi. Let us see if someone else can explain. Let us ask Sanjay to do it. Sanjay? Gaurav? Would you like to explain what is ultra feminism? If feminism says there shall be equality between men and women, ultra feminism would be saying something vicious, unjust. Ultra is always bad. Okay? So, what is the bad form of feminism? Gaurav?
Yes, sir.
हिंदी में बोलेंगे फेमिनिज्म को नारीवाद, और अल्ट्रा फेमिनिज्म को बोलेंगे उग्र नारीवाद. उग्र यू ऑल अंडरस्टैंड ना? एंग्री, एग्रेसिव. उग्र नारीवाद. जैसे उग्र राष्ट्रवाद बुरा होता है, ऐसे ही उग्र नारीवाद भी बुरा है. तो व्हाट इज अल्ट्रा फेमिनिज्म?
Sir, can I guess?
वेट लवली, गौरव इज.
Sir, can I start?
Yes.
Yes, sir. As I told earlier, the feminism is the protection of the rights of the women and their equalities and their status. So, sir, ultra feminism is very bad, as we can say, sir, because excess of anything is bad, sir. Like of ultra feminism, women sometimes women misuses it and take as an advantages against the male or other peoples, as well as sometimes against the women also, and so that they put charges among peoples and they blame them, they take money or anything they want, they blackmail them. So sir, ultra feminism is not good, and we can say that in today's time that all the rules and regulations are made in the favor of women's, like sir,
not all the rules. Yes, some rules. Sometimes
yes sir,
ultra feminists have got laws and norms. Laws होते हैं जो गवर्नमेंट कोर्ट इनको इम्प्लीमेंट कराती है. नॉर्म्स सोसाइटी में होते हैं, नॉर्म्स, कस्टम्स, कन्वेंशंस, जिसके लिए आप कोर्ट नहीं जा सकते, लेकिन जो आमतौर पर लोगों से एक्सपेक्ट किया जाता है कि वो करेंगे. दैट इज कॉल्ड कस्टम, कन्वेंशन या नॉर्म. NORM, नॉर्म. ओके, जैसे एक एग्जांपल देते हैं. ये लॉ है कि if a woman alleges that she has been molested, you understand? छेड़छाड़ करना. Then the police has to register her complaint and believe her first. Initially, police has to believe. This is the law now. Okay. On the other hand, if the man says no, he hasn't done anything like that, then he has to prove it first. So this is the legal protection, extra legal protection given to women. Okay, this is law. But ऐसे ही एक norm भी है कि अगर रास्ते में if the girl says I have been teased by this boy, तो हमारी सोसाइटी में एक norm है कि भीड़ उसकी पिटाई करने लग जाती है. This is not law. This is against law. You can't beat anyone. But हमारे यहाँ छेड़छाड़ के नाम पे बड़ी जल्दी पिटाई शुरू हो जाती है ना? This is custom in our society, even if it is against law. You understand the difference between custom and law? Okay. Now, we were talking about ultra feminism. Yes, Khushi, you wanted to say something.
Yes, sir. Can I tell the definition?
Yes, ultra feminism.
Yes, sir. So in ultra-feminism, if there are small argument between a husband and couple, and if a woman is wrong or a man is wrong, then the woman used to point out the man and used to charge, used to complain the police are wrong detail about the husband, and that's wrong, and this is known as ultra-feminism.
No, this is not that. This is example of ultra feminism. This is not definition of ultra feminism. In definition, we come to example only later on. First, you define. That means give the features. Definition का क्या मतलब होता है? जिसको हमें define करना है, उसके हम features बताएंगे. So ultra feminism, what is it? Is an ideology, okay, or a perspective in which women are demanding not only equality but special privileges, extra rights over men, and sometimes they are hateful towards men also. Okay, is the point clear? There shall be never any hate. Not all ultra feminists are hateful. I won't say. They have their family, etc. They are not hateful. They ultra feminist mothers also love their sons more than their daughters. So they are not always hateful, but they are demanding extra rights for women over men, and sometimes very unfair rights also. For example, we gave that the crowd is expected, or very often in our society, starts beating a man who has been accused by a woman of eve teasing. Okay. Similarly, extra unfair right given to women by law, that if a woman complains, whatever she says has to be first of all accepted by police. Whereas from a man, every kind of proof is demanded before taking any action. If a man wants divorce, he gets it not easily. If a woman wants divorce, she gets it more easily. So this is extra rights given to women by law. This is because of ultra feminism. So as young women, Nishtha, Lovely, Khushi, do you think ultra feminism is right, or will you oppose it?
Sir, I think this. I guess this is right.
It is right?
Yes, sir.
Sometimes it's right and sometimes it's wrong.
No, don't give a political answer. What is?
Sir, if the condition of the condition.
Generally, everything is sometimes right, sometimes wrong. Everything. But you have to take a stand. Mostly, is it right or is it unfair?
Sir, it depends on the condition, but I think it's right because of some women that are suffering, so it's right for them.
Excuse me, sir.
That is your stand, okay? Yes.
सर हमें बायस्ड होना चाहिए दोनों के बैलेंस होना चाहिए.
Bias नहीं, bias is bad. Bias means having an unfair. What is the meaning of bias? बेटा आप अपने आप बोलो, आप कंसल्ट मत करो. बायस को हिंदी में बोलते हैं पूर्वाग्रह. हिंदी में क्या बोलते हैं? पूर्वाग्रह. What is the meaning of bias?
Ma'am, supporting, sir, supporting the one person and leaving the other.
That is not precise answer. Okay, you got the point. Bias means having undue preference from the very start. Before even you have considered the details of any case, if you are biased towards a person, you are likely to give a favorable judgment even before listening to the two sides. Okay, this is called bias, undue preference. Preference समझते हो ना?
Yes, sir.
क्या होता है खुशी, बता दो preference.
So preference means that helping or supporting one person and
Liking. Preference is liking.
Yes, sir, and just having a supported to that similar person that you have a friendship, good bond with him or relation with him, and leaving the other one.
No, you need not go into that. You need not have a, see, when we say definition should describe features, it is always the essential features. Now you're going into friendship, relation, etc., which is not necessarily required in the definition. You may have a friendship for, suppose teacher has a preference for Khushi over Nishtha. Okay. Has a bias for Khushi. So that is not implying that teacher is already a friend of Khushi. Friendship is not required.
Sir, or have a good sir, or have
Sometimes
a
even a relationship, even acquaintance, जान पहचान की भी जरूरत नहीं होती. कई बार होते हैं ना हम किसी के लिए बायस्ड होते हैं जबकि उससे पहले मिले भी नहीं है कभी, बस उसकी हमें चेहरा अच्छा लग रहा है इसलिए हम बायस हो गए. So relationship is not necessary in a bias. Even without any relationship, you can have a bias. But bias means having unjustified preference, liking for somebody over others. समझ गए? Now, I was saying that Nisha, you are against ultra feminism?
Yes, sir. For ultra feminism, it's like sometimes it's right in point of view of like a feminist, but yeah, ultra of everything is bad, you know.
Yes, I also support Nishtha. I think feminism is good, ultra feminism is bad because it creates not only injustice, sometimes ultra feminist laws are exploited by some women or men behind women to harass somebody. Harass, you understand? Pareshan karna. Okay? And not only is it unjustified, it creates unnecessary problems also. अब मैं एक बहुत बड़ी problem के बारे में तुम्हें बताता हूँ. In earlier times, there was no difficulty in getting children married. अब तो लव मैरिज भी करते हैं लेकिन फिर भी मैरिजेस होना मुश्किल हो रहा है, और मैरिजेस हो भी जाती है तो डिवोर्स भी बहुत होते हैं, पहले नहीं होते थे. और डिवोर्स होने की वजह से बच्चों को कितना बुरा असर पड़ता है. यू अंडरस्टैंड? बिकॉज husband and wife separate, then children don't get the love of both, and more than love, they don't get the guidance of both, which harms them in a big way. You understand my point?
Sir, it's affect the children mindset.
Yes. So ultra feminism has contributed to this very negative trend in society. You get it? Feminism was good because our society earlier was ill-treating women in certain respects. In some families, mother themselves they loved their sons more than their daughters. Is this true? So it is not men who are unfairly treating women. Many mothers used to give preferential treatment to their sons more than their daughters. Nishta doesn't agree. Nishta, you are disagreeing?
No, sir, I agree with you.
है ना? कुछ माएं अपने बेटों को ज्यादा प्यार करती हैं,
Yes, sir.
इक्वालिटी नहीं रखती.
There are some cases.
So it is not that men are creating unfair situation for women. Sometimes women also create unfair situation for women. है ना? But ultra feminists tend to portray men as the villain. No person is villain. It is wrong perspective which can lie in the mind of the woman also, or man also sometimes. Men ill-treat women, as sometimes some husbands beat their wives. Okay, sometimes wife can also beat her husband, but more often it is the husbands who used to ill-treat their wives in our earlier society. Now law protects the women. Get my point? So this was feminism, giving them equality, but giving them extra privilege. Privilege क्या होता है? Unfair right. Unfair right होता है, उसको privilege कहते हैं. PRIVILEGE. What is privilege? Vaibhav, are you there?
Yes, sir.
अभी बेटा समझ आया privilege क्या होता है?
Sir, I don't know. Because
Then you should have raised your hand. If you don't understand, you should raise your hand. Privilege means unfair right, extra right, which be unjust.
Advantage.
Without deserving, if you get something, it is called privilege. अगर आप deserve करते हैं, जैसे you are very hardworking, so you are announced the topper in class. So this is not privilege, but your right. But suppose you are the daughter of the principal, then it is not your right. This is wrong privilege if you are declared the topper, just because you are daughter of the
Sir, we can
principal.
say this, it is the
Okay.
discrimination.
Wrong kind of right claim is called privilege. Yes, Gaurav, you are saying something?
Sir, we can also say that sir, this is the discrimination among the students.
That is not privilege. Discrimination among students will be called unjust treatment of students. It can be called prejudice. Opposite of bias is prejudice. Bias, I told you, when you have unfounded liking for someone, it is called bias. If you have unfounded hatred of someone, dislike for someone without any reason, it is called prejudice. Okay, so let us quickly revise 4 or 5 new terms that we have discussed today. What are the new terms? First of all, let me see who can recall. What are the new terms we have discussed today? Vaibhav, can you recall? आज नए शब्द कौन से सीखे?
sir, sir, I forgot.
Sir, can I do? Sir, can I tell too?
Wait, Khushi. Anjali, can you recall? Anjali, can you recall? What are the new words that we
Sir,
have learned
Anjali,
today?
write in the chat that she has a network issue, so
Okay,
she's
lovely. Can you recall?
Yes.
switch on your video and please recall the new words that we have learned today.
Yes, so we have learned the new word ultra familiar and
Yes.
privileged.
Privilege, ultra feminism. Yes.
And privileged person.
Anything else? Okay, Khushi, you explain. List.
It's okay.
Apart from ultra feminism and privilege, what other new terms we discussed today?
So, we learn feminism.
Feminism.
Yes.
Feminism. Nishta, what else?
Sir, biased.
Yes, bias,
And
prejudice.
so you told us how to give a speech.
No. I'm asking, of course, that is the topic. I'm asking along with the topic every time because we are trying to develop spoken English fluency. So we also learn new words. We also learn pronunciation, etc. Today's class, what other word we have discussed? First term we discussed was ideology. Okay. Ideology is a political perspective which demands attention to some special policy. Feminism is an ideology which is the policy which it demands that there shall be complete equality between men and women. Nationalism is also an ideology. What does it say? Nationalism says we must love the country in which we live and also make sacrifice for it. Okay? We are all united as a country. That is nationalism. So these are all ideologies. Liberalism is an ideology. What does liberalism demand? I had explained in an earlier class. What is liberalism? Gaurav, आप बता सकते हो? Yes, Nishta, you have raised your hand.
Yes, sir. Like, is that mean like you are free to do whatever you want like that?
Okay, but that is not precise. It is not whatever you want to do. You can't do whatever you want. Whatever you want, suppose you want to kill somebody. Will liberalism say you are allowed to do that? No. Suppose Khushi wants to give a slap to Bhavya. Will liberalism allow that? No.
Sir, it's very good example you give. Because sir, because every day it happens with me also.
Khushi, no, you should never slap anyone, even if they are younger than you. You can chide them. See, this is another term, chide. CHID. Chide होता है डांटना, समझाना. But you should never slap or hurt anyone physically. Okay. Even emotionally, you should never hurt. Even verbally, you should never hurt anyone. Then they will respect you more. You shall be so loving and talented that they listen to you respectfully. अगर मैं तुमसे कुछ करने को कहूंगा तो मुझे तुम्हें डांटना थोड़ी पड़ेगा. मुझ में इतना टैलेंट होना चाहिए कि तुम मेरी बात ध्यान से सुनो. This should be our goal in life. Get my point?
Yes, sir. I want to ask you.
Yes.
Sir, you recently said we should be polite to others. We should not hurt others, right?
We should not hurt. Yes.
Yes, sir. So, but the person used to bully us every day, every time. So, like, we can't be polite to that.
No, we can be polite, but we have to hurt that person in return in an intelligent way. It should be costly for that person to behave like a bully. है ना? For that, 2 or 3 other things can be done without getting into a fight. लड़ते बेटा वो लोग हैं जो थोड़े कम इंटेलिजेंट होते हैं. लड़ाई कभी नहीं करना चाहिए. वर्बली भी लड़ाई नहीं करना चाहिए. ज्यादातर यू विल सी दोज हु आर वेरी एजुकेटेड फ्रॉम वेरी गुड फैमिलीज, दे डोंट फाइट इवन वर्बली. अब्यूज करना तो दूर की बात है, वो शाउट भी नहीं करते हैं. ओके, बिकॉज जो वो करवाना चाहते हैं उसको वो इंटेलिजेंस से करवा लेते हैं. इंटेलिजेंस से करवाने का क्या तरीका होता है? फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल you should have good friends and you should have such a good speaking style that you can isolate the bully. bully हमारी लाइफ में हम सबके सामने आते हैं, है ना? तो bully को हमें डील करना एक बड़ा चैलेंजिंग काम होता है. जहां तक हो सके लड़ाई नहीं करना चाहिए. सबसे अच्छा तरीका डील करने का होता है कि उसको आइसोलेट करना चाहिए. और लोगों से बात करनी चाहिए कि ये पर्सन बुली है, अगर ये अपना बिहेवियर चेंज नहीं करता है तो हम कोई भी इससे बात नहीं करेंगे, इससे रिश्ता नहीं रखेंगे, इसके साथ खेलेंगे नहीं. एक ये तरीका हो सकता है. दूसरा हो सकता है कि यू कैन गो टू अ सुपीरियर टीचर और पेरेंट इफ समबडी इज बुलिंग. तीसरा तरीका ये हो सकता है कि तुम उसको कभी जहां उसको हेल्प की जरूरत पड़े ना उसको हेल्प करो और फिर उसको समझाओ. जब तुम उसकी हेल्प करोगे तो हो सकता है वो चेंज हो जाए. सब नहीं होते, लेकिन कभी कभी जब आप उसको पहले एक बार मौका देना चाहिए. एक मौका तो देना चाहिए ना, उसको अच्छे तरीके से समझाने की कोशिश करो. लेकिन उसके बाद भी कई लोग नहीं सुधरते हैं, तो फिर हमने जो बताया कि हमें उसको आइसोलेट करना है. दूसरा, लड़ना बिल्कुल भी नहीं है और किसी सुपीरियर को इन्वॉल्व करना है. या फिर एक और तरीका होता है कि जो लोग भी उससे परेशान हो रहे हैं, क्योंकि बुली तो कई लोगों को परेशान कर रहा होता है, फिर सब लोग मिलके उसको घेरना है, पर मारना नहीं है. ठीक है, वायलेंस नहीं करनी है, उसको ठीक से समझाना है, उसको शेम करानी है. ओके, और वो तुम अपने, अगर तुम्हें बोलने का तरीका अच्छा है तो तुम्हें बहुत ज्यादा लोगों की जरूरत नहीं होती. कई बार लोग बुली से डरते हैं, वो तुम्हारा साथ नहीं देंगे, है ना? तो तुम्हें उसको इंटेलिजेंस से डील करना है, उसको ह्यूमरसली जवाब देना है, उसके अंदर शेम लाना है. ओके, या फिर अगर बहुत ही ज्यादा बड़ी प्रॉब्लम हो तो फिर सुपीरियर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को इन्वॉल्व करना. ओके, पर वायलेंस तो बेटा कभी नहीं करनी चाहिए, अब्यूज भी नहीं करना चाहिए, क्योंकि उससे तो वो प्रॉब्लम नहीं सॉल्व होगी ना. वो हो सकता है कि और ज्यादा बुली, और बल्कि वो छिप के फिर तुम्हारे को परेशान करेगा. यू हैव क्रिएटेड एन एनिमी. बाय, फिर तुम्हें हमेशा चौकन्ना रहना पड़ेगा. तुम्हें पता भी नहीं चलेगा कब वो किस तरह से नुकसान करे, है ना? तो यू मस्ट.
Sir, you just said that we should not shout, right? The intelligent person does not shout.
I always
but the school teacher used to shout, like to maintain silence in our class, like.
Yes, but there is a better teacher who doesn't have to shout. The moment he or she comes to class, everyone is very attentive because they want to learn from that person. You should try to become that person who is loved by the students. So he doesn't have to shout. Am I right?
Sir, but some students that used to sit in the backs or on the side row, they used to just talk. So our teacher used to just stand that up and shout the class.
Very rarely. Some people are incorrigible. ये एक और वर्ड है, आप नोट कर लो. Incorrigible, जिनको सुधारना बहुत मुश्किल होता है, उसको क्या बोलते हैं? Incorrigible. तो ऐसे लोगों के लिए फिर हमें एज एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन उनको शेम करना पड़ता है या उनके मार्क्स काटने पड़ते हैं. वायलेंस नहीं करनी चाहिए फिर.
Sir, can you repeat that word once again?
Yes, very good. Incorrigible.
Yes.
INCORRIGIBLE. Incorrigible. Okay. आजकल तो आजकल तो सब चीजों का प्रोनाउंसिएशन, स्पेलिंग, मीनिंग, सिनोनिम्स, एंटोनिम्स सब गूगल पे मिल जाता है. और गूगल पे तो टाइप भी नहीं करना पड़ता. You just speak to Google and it gives you the answer. है ना?
Sir, one more question.
Yes, yes.
Sir, but as a class monitor, just students at the back or the front used to talk much, and as me and my friend used to maintain silence, but they does not listen to us. So we have to
Yes,
shout on them.
that is the tendency of most students. They create noise and they play too much. They create pranks. Pranks होता है practical jokes और उसको बोलते हैं prank. So they are very mischievous, many students. Monitor का इसीलिए रोल इम्पोर्टेंट है. मॉनिटर को रिस्पेक्ट कमांड करनी आनी चाहिए विदाउट हैविंग टू शाउट. जैसे मैं एक तरीका बताता हूँ.
So even we used to write their names and they used to say और लिख हमारे सामने और नंबर लगा.
हाँ बेटा, ये वाला अप्रोच कम लेना चाहिए. और उसको उनके सामने करेंगे तो वो तो और एंटी हो जाएंगे. हमको क्या करना चाहिए, कोई इंटरेस्टिंग प्रोग्राम बनाना चाहिए, कोई इंटरेस्टिंग गेम स्टार्ट करना चाहिए, है ना. इफ द टीचर हैज नॉट कम, तभी मॉनिटर का रोल होता है ना. तो जैसे कोई इंटरेस्टिंग टॉपिक स्टार्ट कर दो. यू नो व्हाट हैपेंड टुडे. देयर इज आई रेड इन द न्यूज. जैसे मैंने आज पढ़ा, मुझे एकदम से स्ट्राइक किया है कि एक हॉस्पिटल में आईसीयू में चूहे एक आदमी को खा गए, मार गए. दिस इज व्हाट हैज हैपेंड. तो कुछ भी ऐसी चीज उनके साथ शेयर करो तो वो अपने आप चुप हो जाएंगे. या उनके साथ कोई अच्छी इंटरेस्टिंग एक्टिविटी शुरू करो, है ना. ओके, लेट्स स्टार्ट अ क्विज टुडे, है ना. और एनीथिंग विच विल engage them in a meaningful activity instead of creating too much noise. और उनको अच्छा जोक सुनाओ. जोक सुनने में तो सब इंटरेस्टेड होते हैं, है ना. और एक और तरीका होता है बुली को अच्छे से आंसर करने का, जो मुझे नहीं आता है. एक तो मैंने बताया था ह्यूमर, और दूसरा होता है शायरी. थोड़ा शायरी सीख लो. ओके. तो तुम्हारे बातचीत में जब इफेक्ट होता है, ब्यूटी होती है, तो लोग तुम्हें ज्यादा ध्यान से सुनेंगे. अभी तुम बहुत छोटे हो, अभी एकदम से नहीं आ जाएगा, बट ट्राई टू स्टार्ट डेवलपिंग दीज क्वालिटीज. ओके. ह्यूमर से, पोएट्री से, इंटरेस्टिंग एक्टिविटी से इन लोगों को डील करना चाहिए. और कभी कभी हेल्प भी करनी चाहिए. उससे कुछ लोग बदल जाते हैं. उनकी जो जेन्युइन प्रॉब्लम होती है उसमें कई लोग चेंज हो जाते हैं. अरे मैंने तो इसके साथ बुरा किया था, इसने फिर भी मेरे साथ अच्छा किया. तो एक दो बार ऐसे ट्राई करके देखना चाहिए. पर हाँ, होशियारी के साथ. अगर तुम बगैर किसी लॉस के हेल्प कर सकते हो तो करो. हेल्प करने में कोई बुराई नहीं होती.
सर, जब मैं हेल्प करती हूँ तो वो कहते हैं कि ज्यादा फिल्मी मत बन, मेरे को पता है तू मूवी देख के आ रखी, तू ऐसे जब भी कर रही है.
पर उनको जब रियली परेशानी में तुम्हारी हेल्प मिलेगी ना, तब वो बाद में जरूर सोचेंगे. और हाँ, कुछ लोग होते हैं
हेल्प
जैसे
करती हूँ
हमने
लेकिन
कहा,
जब भी नहीं बदलते कुछ लोग.
हाँ कुछ लोग इनकॉरिजिबल होते हैं. बट बेटा वो हमारी लेवल ऑफ हेल्प पे डिपेंड करता है. लेकिन हाँ, कुछ लोग इनकॉरिजिबल होते हैं. वो अच्छे से अच्छा बर्ताव नहीं करते. तो उनको हमने जो और तरीके बताए, पब्लिक शेम करना, ह्यूमर से, पोएट्री से, सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट है उनको आइसोलेट करके और लोगों को मोबिलाइज करके कि इनको हमें ठीक करना है. आइसोलेट समझते हो ना, उनको अकेला करके. ओके. और लास्ट में अथॉरिटीज के पास उनकी बातें बता. ओके. So now we close our session. It's already 16
So,
past
but
9.
we didn't speak something about the topic today.
No, we have already done. I told you how to start, how to
Sir,
get
but you didn't
attention.
ask us to speak 2 minutes.
Sorry? No. Today's topic, I gave you the chance. You were not prepared to speak for 2 minutes. You needed help. So we had a conversation today instead of speech session. Okay? I hope main thing is you should have learned by now how to start, what is the main body, it should have reasons, and in conclusion, you should again come back to the topic and take a balanced stand. Balanced stand. Balance means don't go to the extremes. Don't say feminism is completely wrong, completely right. Okay? Give a balanced answer. So in this light, I would like to say feminism is very much important and needed, but we should avoid ultra feminism. But how you start the concluding sentence in this light, in the light of what I have said, this is how you start your concluding sentence. Okay? Therefore, I would like to end by saying so and so. Then give a balanced stand again, which you have given already after giving the topic in the beginning. Okay? But now you are giving the same by starting with the phrase in this light. Therefore, in light of these points, I would like to now conclude by saying this is conclusion. Get the point now? Okay, good night, everybody.
Excuse me, sir.
Sir,
Yes.
my father want to speak something.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Ma'am, when's the next session?
Tomorrow, every weekday, that means not except weekend, every
From
weekday
where do we need to join the
meet at,
session? From where?
you will get
Do
the
we-
link. You ask Khushi to add you in the group. You will get the link. Okay?
Okay.
अब खुशी तुम हेल्प करना, उससे निष्ठा तुम्हारी फ्रेंड बन जाएगी, है ना?
So,
Sir,
मेरे
we are
school
already
में है,
friends.
और हम friends पे हैं.
अभी पूरे फ्रेंड नहीं हो. फ्रेंड का मतलब क्या होता है?
Some Montreal से friends हैं.
फ्रेंड बताओ जरा, फ्रेंड क्या होता है?
Sir, the person who help the friend in their trouble.
ये
Sir,
पूरी,
a friend
this is
in
not
need.
complete
Friend in
definition.
need.
Kunishta, what is friend according to you?
Ma'am, sir, according to me, friend is like someone whom I could share my things with, and like those who help me, and a friend in need is a friend indeed.
All these things are conveyed in a song. ये दोस्ती हम नहीं छोड़ेंगे.
Sir, or
छोड़ेंगे दम मगर तेरा साथ ना छोड़ेंगे. ठीक है? Okay. Sanjay, you want to say something?
Yes, sir. Sorry, I was stuck somewhere else.
Okay. No problem.
And I personally disagree on the point of feminism also, because there are so many examples of the feminism, or some organizations, those are working for the females especially. So they know about the innocence, the man is innocence, but they intentionally hurt.
Sanjay, are you there?
sir, I'm calling him up.
Okay. Dita, are you there? You would like to say something?
Devesh, of course,
What is your view on feminism?
Devesh, feminism equality is definitely need of the hour. What we women have faced since so many years, but ultra feminism is not good because women are taking advantage also because of, so it should not, it's not a done thing.
Not only
feminism.
women, some men also take advantage. They hide behind a woman to misuse the law.
So it's being misused, no?
So
So it
anyone
is
can
not.
misuse. Ultra feminism is bad because it is not asking for equality. It is asking for special privileges. Yes, Sanjay, you were saying something.
Sir, ultra feminism is more than harsh, and feminism is also harsh, because there are so many examples of the feminism, and by the feminism, the most of the men are suffering, and there are so many innocent persons are suffering due to the feminism, sir. And I met a few of the feminists, not only the women, the men feminists I met. They rigid their few points, and they are not going to listen anything against the women's. Whether the women intentionally harsh anyone, intentionally did wrongfully, unlawful, but they are not going to listen against the women. So
Yeah,
this is my personal
but
opinion, but
we need to. That's what we have said, that feminists have slided into ultra feminism. That is wrong. Equality is good, but unfair treatment or hatred of the other group, or creating laws in which the other person is not heard, all that is wrong. But equality should be there. We didn't have equality, especially, not in our class. We all belong to middle class. We treat women more equally. But if you go to villages, look at the the condition of the wife there. She gets up early. She gets water in pitcher from a long distance. She collects firewood. She cooks food on a chula full of smoke. She is working all day, and she has 8 kids, 10 kids, making chapatis from them 3 times a day, and no life of her own. And then she falls ill one day and she dies. So that, and then she is beaten also, because the police also doesn't come inside the village, because the panchayat has its say. So especially in many Muslim families, for example, I won't say all Muslim families, in some Muslim families I've seen, the woman can be treated very badly. So equality was needed, especially for these women, and they earlier did not have property right also. They could be turned out. So that was that role of feminism was good. But now that equality has been created, it has to be implemented on one side, including in villages and slums. But on the other side, ultra feminism should not be allowed. That women also are human beings. They can also be vicious at times. They can also be bad. And their bad deeds affect good women also. Mother-in-law who's jailed because of a false complaint by the daughter-in-law, after all, she is also a woman. It is not a fight between men and women. It is a fight against bad interpretation of a policy. I hope Sanjay will agree with me to some extent, but yes, we cannot have
I
complete.
I read
Yes.
somewhere कि पत्नियां सताएं तो हमें बताएं, केवल लिखें मिले नहीं.
That's true. But some organizations have had to come out to help men harassed by women.
Sir, the men are in a fear. They are not allowed to the person who can come and share their feelings. This is one of the another part of the society.
So this is because of ultra feminism, not because of feminism. Ultra feminism has created certain laws, as I said, in which the woman's complaint is enough to destroy the life of a man, to jail him, to send him to jail, etc., to take away his property, take away his salary. This is ultra feminism. This is definitely wrong. But feminism was not bad because it had to correct an old injustice. पहले तो अब मैंने जैसे पहले कितना injustice होता था, अगर वाइफ मर जाए तो हस्बैंड तो 4 शादी भी कर लेता था, और हस्बैंड मर जाए तो वाइफ को जिंदगी भर विधवा बन के रहना पड़ता था. वो उसको कुछ भी लाइफ में एंजॉय नहीं करना है. कभी कभी तो ये भी सोचते थे कि सती हो जाए. This was definitely a very bad injustice which feminism has corrected. Not only feminism, actually liberalism is also corrected. You are right, Sanjay. Feminism feminism came actually late. Before that, liberalism and human rights concept had started correcting these injustices and torture for all classes of people, including women. It was liberalism which first abolished slavery. It was first abolished in 1807 in Britain. First slave trade was abolished 1807, and then slavery itself was abolished in 1833 in Britain. Then in America, later on, 1861, Abraham Lincoln abolished slavery. So liberalism did all these good things. Liberalism also started giving voting right to women, to divorce right, to property rights above all. All this was started by liberalism. Feminism came later on, but it also corrected because it also had a positive role, because despite liberalism, women had not got equal voting right till very late. Britain gave voting right to all women only in 1948, after the Second World War. By that time, feminism had become a force. There was a big movement in Britain. These girls should know. Have you heard of the movement called suffragettes? SUFFRAGETTES, suffragettes. There was a suffragettes movement in which militant women lobbied, demonstrated before parliament, etc., for equal voting right and equal property rights. That was in Britain. This was happening from 1890s, etc. One woman, in fact, threw herself before the horse of the king. Although she survived, she did not die. I'm forgetting her name. I think Pankhurst. Her name was Pankhurst. Emily Pankhurst. She was a famous. Then she went on hunger strike, and she was forced to take food through a pipe stuck into her nose. But she did not succumb. Succumb, you understand? झुक जाना, उसको बोलते हैं succumb. 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 I will not succumb. मतलब मैं
does not bend down his knees down.
No, knees जरूरी नहीं है. It
or
is
leg.
Knees down is called prostate. वो फिजिकली नीज डाउन करना जरूरी नहीं है. सकम मीन झुक जाना. वो आप अपनी बातचीत में झुक सकते हैं, अपना विचारों में झुका ले कोई, वो सबसे बुरा होता है. तो शी डिड नॉट सकम. She refused to take any food. She threw away the pipe. She was tortured, and her daughter also joined. And later on, Britain gave voting right to women after the First World War, and complete voting right equality after the Second World War. 1918 में पहले voting right मिला, फिर 48 में उनको equal voting right मिला. समझ गए ना? वोटिंग राइट मिलना एक बात होती है, पर इक्वल वोटिंग राइट एक अलग बात है. संजय, आप इसका मीनिंग जरा इनको समझा दो. व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन हैविंग अ वोटिंग राइट एंड हैविंग इक्वल वोटिंग राइट?
Having a voting right means few of the person have the weightage of the vote, the having all the equally weightage of their votes.
वोटिंग राइट वाज जबकि कुछ विमेन को वोटिंग राइट मिल गया था, लेकिन
जी।
इक्वल वोटिंग राइट जब
Equals
कि
सभी
मेन
women's
की
को
तरह
मिलता
है। हाँ, अगर मेन तो 18 साल में वोटिंग राइट मिल जाता था, वुमन को कहते थे 25 साल के बाद वोटिंग राइट देंगे, तो वो इक्वल वोटिंग राइट नहीं, इक्वल वोटिंग राइट मिला 1948 में। Okay, it's a long session today. Now we bid good night. Have a very nice sleep.
Good night,
Keep
sir.
revising whatever you learn every day. Unless you revise, you will not progress. Okay.
Thank you, sir, for the wonderful session.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Good night, Rita. Good night, Sanjay.
Good night.
Right, sir.
Good night, sir.